I don't know how the beginning of this is all going to blend together. There's going to be, it'll depend what I actually got on my other camera. If it every time it shut off, if I got a little clip, or if it cut it off or deleted it, I don't know. I don't know what happened. So we will have to wait and see. Well, hello again, my people. We are northbound on I-17. We just passed the Sunset Point Rest Area after climbing up Black Canyon grade behind a couple of really slow trucks. We were just crawling along, but now things have opened up and we're moving along pretty good. Heading up to pick up our third load for the day. And I've got a light on my truck telling me check engine is on. What is that about? Not overheated. Let me see what my gauges all tell me. Everything seems to be working. Alternator's working. Temperatures look good. Oil pressure looks good. Well, I don't know, but I'm going to have to find a place to pull over up here and have a look-see. Don't want to keep driving like that. Oh, let's see if there's going to be a wide spot in the road up here. I know where it's going to be. It's going to be at the bottom of this next big hill, which is really inconvenient because getting back onto the highway after that is going to be long and slow and painful, but we got to pull over and check it out, so we'll see what happens. This is called Badger Springs Road down here, where we're going to pull off. Just make sure there's nothing glaringly obvious. I'll probably shut the truck off and restart it. Sometimes it clears things up to do that. Alright, we're slowing down. We're going to get off right here. Thankfully, we're running empty, so slowing down on a big downhill grade like this isn't too big of a deal. We'll pull up onto the on-ramp on the other side. There's a wide spot right there. We'll stop over there. Hopefully this is a minor little glitch that happens sometimes. Okay, pull on up over here. And I'm going to shut the cameras off because I don't know how long this is going to take. And I'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay, gang, we're back. I talked to my mechanic. He said check engine lights on these Mack trucks are actually not too uncommon, and it's usually something simple and relatively unimportant. Whatever it is, it did not derate the truck, which would mean it like cuts the power down, makes it so I can only go 20 miles an hour or something, and forces me to pull off. It didn't do that. I have no red lights on. All my gauges look fine, so he said to keep driving, and I'll let him know if anything changes. He's going to try to have somebody meet me back at the yard and put a scanner on it real quick, just to be 100% sure there's not something more serious going on. But he said the light might go off even. We'll see. So it's just one of those things. private vehicles that I've had over the years would have lights that were on all the time, and you just kind of learn to live with it because it's nothing serious, it's nothing that's hurting anything, it's just the computer saying, hey, you know, there's a fault somewhere. It could be as simple as a bad sensor, not really a problem. But with these big trucks, I didn't want to chance it, so called the guy that knows. So anyway, we're going to continue on northward, driving along, enjoying the day. Had a little truck trouble last Friday too. It wasn't anything too severe. They apparently got a bad radiator cap on the truck, and so the pop-off valve, it's got like an overpressure valve on it, and it was really hot last Friday, and I guess it was bypassing that valve and spitting out fluid, and got down. There's a sensor in there, and it's not very low because there was still lots of fluid in the tank, but the sensor came on, said that the fluid was low, and so I had to get back to the yard and get that all refilled, which I made it back fine. Didn't overheat anything, it never got hot, just low. Then I had some tire trouble. There was an object down at the landfill. Something was cutting our tires, all on the driver's side, on the tractors and on the trailers. And so I noticed it when I was hooking up to my third trailer doing my pre-trip. I noticed some strange looking marks on my sidewalls of my drive tires on my truck. Luckily the mechanic guys were there at the yard, at our yard, because they're normally at Preston, and they took a look at it, and one of the tires was pretty bad, so I had to shut the truck down at that point. It needed to get a tire replaced. And we called our head tipper operator down there at the landfill and had him take a look around, because it was obviously something that the tires rub against, because it was all on the sidewalls, all on the driver's side. So that in itself really narrowed it down to being one of the tippers. Something going on with the side rails on one of the tippers. So he did a little investigative work, and after a few hours they located a big metal burr on one of the side rails of the tippers. And what they think happened is one of the other companies, their landing gear sits lower on their trailers, and they think that hit the side rail, and well, I don't know why that just shut off, but it did. So anyway, they found a big sharp piece of metal on one of the tipper side rails that was rubbing on the tires. When we would back up onto the tipper and the tires would rub that side rail, that sharp piece of metal was digging into the tires and cutting them, making like a horseshoe shaped cut on the tires. So they got that all ground off and everything's good, but it did $1,200 worth of damage to my tires on my truck, and I don't know how many others got dinged up that way. The other guys in the other company were noticing the same cuts on their tires too, so could have been very costly had we not found it and got it taken care of. I don't know why this guy is going so slow. We're not even going uphill right here. But I'll get a little gap here behind me and get moved over. Keep hearing that little alarm, that wonderful little beeping alarm that tells me I'm too close. The truck thinks I'm too close to the other truck. There's just a lot of traffic today. Yeah, I got to. Well, he's going to pull over anyway. Look at that. I don't have to try to get around them. That worked out just perfect. Alright, so anyway, we got the chipper problem taken care of. There's a new radiator cap on order for the truck. That should be in hopefully this week. Anyway, the truck's not been overheating, but it has been losing a little bit of fluid. We're carrying an extra jug with us now, just in case it happens again. We can top it off, get it up to where the sensor is, and get it to shut up. Let us get back to the yard. So anyway, all seems to be well, and this truck is still running good right now. I still have a check engine light on, but no other warnings have come up, and it's not telling me to shut down. All right, guys, we're back. It is I don't know what time it is now. 12:30, 12:45, something like that. We're heading south for our third run. Been a heck of a day so far. Had all kinds of little things going on. Had the truck try to shut off on me, or made me pull over with engine light warning and check engine fault, which just came on again. But I've called my mechanic, and they've said, well, it happens quite frequently with those Mack trucks, so unless it pops up a red warning light and tells you to pull over, just drive it. It's probably something simple, and they will put a scope on it here the next day or two and figure out for sure what it is, how critical it is. There, I was just at the Rimrock yard getting my trailer, and they are absolutely buried right now. There was like 6 trucks waiting to come in and dump there at the transfer station, and those would be the residential trucks that pick up the trash cans at your house and dump them. So they had, I think they had 6 of those lined up. Then they had 3 or 4 landscaping companies with their trailers full. Man, they got a pickle going on there. I may actually pull another load for them tomorrow, just because I know they're behind. There must have been short guys today, because there's 2 or 3 guys that normally drive today that I haven't seen. I don't know if they're on vacation, if they called in sick, or what the deal is. So it's been one of those days. I've had camera trouble with one of my cameras, keeps shutting down on me, telling me it's a SD card fault, which I don't know what that means exactly. But whatever it is, it keeps turning it off. So I had to switch my cameras out. I had this one mounted outside on looking back behind the trailer, but I had to bring it in here so I could finish up for the day. And now I'm climbing Copper Canyon. We're going nice and slow here, about 35, 34 miles an hour. And so this seemed like a good place to finish up this video. I don't know how the beginning of this is all going to blend together. There's going to be, it'll depend what I actually got on my other camera. If it every time it shut off, if I got a little clip, or if it cut it off or deleted it, I don't know. I don't know what happened. So we will have to wait and see. And if I pull one tomorrow, maybe I can make a video tomorrow morning. It'll be an early run, but I won't go quite as early as I did today. I usually leave about 3:30, and I think tomorrow, if I'm only going to do one, I'd probably leave at 4:30 in the morning. That would put me back around 9:30. It's not a bad way to start the morning. I'm a morning person anyway, so I'll be up early no matter what. So make a little extra money on my Saturday and still have most of the day to goof off. The only thing that will throw a wrinkle in that is if this truck shuts me down on this run, if it, what they call derates, if the engine goes into like limp mode and it'll lose power, it'll cut it down, give you a warning, you must pull over, the truck will only go, you know, 5 or 10 miles an hour, and you got to pull over and get out of the way. So then that'll make for a really long day today, because I'll have to hang out with the truck while they get somebody over here to pull it, tow the truck, bring another truck for the trailer. So then I don't know if I'll be in the right mood to pull another one tomorrow, because that's going to make for a long day today if that happens. Hopefully that won't be the case. And all my gauges look good, my temperature's good, it's not getting hot, alternator's working great. I checked the oil this morning, actually topped the oil off, so I know it's got oil, no leaks. Checked the coolant after that last run, it's good. So, I don't know. Traffic was getting a little thick northbound there a little while ago, coming back off my second run, but southbound doesn't look too bad right now. Anyway, I'm going to probably cut this one off, and it'll be somehow or other blended together with some other videos that I shot earlier in the day with a variety of little things going on. Alrighty guys, it is the end of the day on Friday, about 4:15, and we are just getting back to Rimrock. We'll be back in the yard here in about 5 minutes. It's been a long day. Few little issues here and there. The big one that bugs me the most is the camera problems. Hopefully I've got something I can retrieve out of it. Truck problems didn't turn out to be too bad. Still got an engine light on, but nothing ever happened other than that. It's probably just some little funky sensor somewhere. The guys, the mechanics will figure it out. Everything else went pretty good. Last load at the landfill, I got off easy. I didn't have to go down to the tipper. Just dropped it and grabbed it empty. So that saved me about a half an hour. That was nice. That was definitely a bright spot at the end of this day. See if the catastrophe at the transfer station has cleared up or not. Here, this was a mess when I left this afternoon at about 12:45. They were just backed up like crazy up here. So far, so good. They were backed up clear down by the road here. Looks like everybody's cleared out and gone. They got an awful big pile of trash up there to deal with, though. They usually do a half a day on Saturday. I was thinking about coming in and doing a run on tomorrow morning, but I think I've talked myself out of it. I'm whooped. Swing around here, see if you guys can get a look at the pile up there. They have a mess going on. See that up to the right above those trailers, it is just loaded. It's not usually like that. It's usually pretty cleaned off at the end of the day. I'm going to put this one on the wall for them. Right underneath the trash pile, a little easier for them to load it up. They'll have to jockey it around just a little bit, but not much. Dust storm blowing through there. I have to pull out forward to get the trailer straight and back it in there. That'll work. Well, that's going to be a wrap for the day, I think. Get this thing all put away, get the truck fueled up, and cleaned up a little bit for the next guy, and I'm going to call it a night. Go get some pizza on the way home. That's my Friday afternoon treat for myself for working a long day. I eat pizza. So anyway, you guys have a great one. Happy Father's Day, and I'll catch you later.